Whose house? I'm sorry, whose house?
Left, do it right, do it 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 left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, run it up.
You see our Lincoln Rams, we see our Watts Rams, and you see all the Rams people here, that we are not just supporting this game because we love the professional game. We love this game because of the opportunity to build young men and build young women as they go out and inspire change in other people.
Today at the Inspire Change Bowl, the vision was always to bring together South LA and East LA through the Watts Rams and the Lincoln Rams and bring them on the field to not only play each other, but have that camaraderie and that companionship, and for the Los Angeles Rams to be present supporting both of our programs.
When you go to that game and you see a African-American team and a Latino team, not just playing against each other, but at the end, they're dapping each other up, right? You grow up with this historic perspective and philosophy that he doesn't look like me, I can't talk to him. He doesn't come from where I come from, we have nothing in common. But yet to create this space and this environment to have some crucial conversations, to talk about and highlight the commonalities, that's the beauty of the Watts and Lincoln Rams.
You know, I was in high school and I remember that there were riots that happened in high school, black and brown riots, and you had to either be on one side or the other, and you had to protect yourselves to get out of those riots. But my best friend was a Hispanic dude that lived across the street who we walked to and from school together. And I remember having to walk in those riots with my best friend and my back to his and his back to mine to get out of there and shield each other from being hit. I remember that.
In the community of Watts, there's been so much change as it relates to the makeup of the community. In the 80s and 90s, the public housing developments in Watts were predominantly Black. Now, the public housing developments are predominantly Latino. And Blacks and Browns are coexisting in these densely populated communities. Oftentimes there's conflict because they don't understand one another. Or when resources come in, someone's worried about the Black folks getting more than the brown folks, and it causes this divide.
I was once told by a good friend that Watts stands for, we are taught to survive. And I think that speaks to the challenges of Watts, but also the resiliency of Watts.
My favorite part about playing with the Watts Rams is like, the environment is like all my friends is so like joyful, nice.
In 2013, we had police officers assigned to our Community Safety Partnership program, where we placed officers in some of the violent parts of the Watts community. And one of our officers said, let's create a football team. Let's get kids from the different parts of Watts to come together and play on one team like a family.
All the players give out they loved me and all that. Ever since I joined, it's just like they really family to me. Like, I ain't never felt this way, like playing football.
It feels good. Feels like I'm at home. Just another one.
We decided to expand the program after seeing the success in Watts through the Watts Rams program. In talking with Chief T, we knew there was something special about this youth football program that was bridging the divide between communities of color and law enforcement. And really the vision all along has been to expand, and she brought Lincoln Heights to my attention.
My name is Joe Quesada. I've been in law enforcement now for close to 30 years. I was born in Boyle Heights and I was raised in South LA. I work in the community of Boyle Heights and Lincoln Heights, predominantly Hispanic. A lot of rich history in the community. High schools that have been there over 100 years. So there's a lot of pride. It's a great place, it's a great community. When I first got assigned to the Community Safety Partnership, the recruitment of gang members was growing immensely. I started looking at what age they were recruiting, which is as young as 13. Football helped me. That's what I knew. So what better way to run interference than being consistently there, building those bridges and developing those relationships with these kids and with their families, especially when the kids have buy-in on the sport. Families tend to follow shortly thereafter. We were the Lincoln Heights Tigers before, and we should have been called the Bad News Bears. It was just quite challenging every season. So when the Rams came along, it was just a sigh of relief.
I learned mainly everything I know about football. I came here like not knowing how to play football, but they taught me everything. And yeah, they just teach me like the right way.
They just help me in a lot of stuff. Like they help my mom and stuff with a lot of stuff. They take us places, and I just like playing here.
There is transformational power in the game of football that goes well beyond the wins and losses. Work ethic, discipline, teamwork, dedication, commitment. It can all be developed right here on these football fields through the game of football. But these kids have also been exposed to leaders like Mark May, who has made youth development in our inner city his life's work. And today, on behalf of the Rams, I am honored to surprise Mark as this year's Los Angeles Rams Inspired Changemaker to further his work and mission right here in the community.
Sports is just a little thing we dangle in front of them to say, hey, come here, right? But it's so much more other than sports. You know, our 5 pillars that we really hammer on is academics, service, life skills, support and safety is another, and health and wellness. We talk to them about violence in their community, violence in their family. We talk to them about etiquette. We focus on the whole child to make them better people.
An individual, right, that's African American to be able to break the barriers with the Lincoln Rams, that's a powerful thing that we get to do.
He was a former teacher, he's from the community, has lived experience. He's able to really connect with these kids in ways that others can't. And he understands the challenges of the families. He has such a unique passion for this program. I'm so proud to call him our GM.
This is a generational change. He's the core of this. He keeps this engine running, and without Mark May, I don't know where we would be.
If you come here, it's gonna be awesome. Like you're gonna love it. Like you're gonna grow.
So often in our under-resourced communities especially, kids lack that consistency. We as an organization have proven to them that it's not about photo op philanthropy, it's about being present in these kids' lives on a consistent basis and always showing up for them.
They breathed new life into that community. The kids took a greater sense of pride in their football team and a sense of pride that they are representing the Lincoln Heights area, and now they're the Rams.
I enjoy playing here for the coaching staff, and it's more than football, you know, they help us out with school stuff too.
I see them as my coaches, mentor, people I can talk to, trusted adults like that. I feel like it's working on somebody I trust and somebody that cares for me.
To see the kids from one side of town build a relationship with kids from the other side of town and come together for the love of people and the love of the game has been instrumental in change in our communities.
On the count of 3, I want everybody here to say unity. 1, 2, 3. Unity!